Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchman News. My name is Lori Swan, and today is Thursday, I think, April 2nd, 2020. I hope you all are doing well. I want to take this opportunity to welcome everybody in our chat room. Please feel free to share information, talk amongst yourselves, and we have moderators in there to guarantee that we stay within the guidelines of YouTube so that we can continue to use this platform to bring you, broadcasts like tonight. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please take the opportunity to hit the subscribe button. Hit that little bell and let you know. Well, it's supposed to let you know when I go live. Apparently, our little bell is broken, and I don't know how to get it fixed. But nonetheless, click it anyways. May work for you, it may not. But welcome. Tonight's topic is kind of interesting because I ran across a video. And it brought back, well, let's rewind a little bit. Okay, so you guys know that I've been saying from the beginning that this whole coronavirus, COVID-19, whatever you want to call it, CV19, does not make sense. If you are honest with yourself, you will know in your gut that there's just something off. And if you hear anybody in the background, that's Dave. We are eating a very late dinner tonight because, we were kind of lazy today, but, so he's at the table here. But, so we know that it's just things aren't making sense. Over 30,000 people have perished through, or due to the influenza A and influenza B since October 1st of 2019. And yet, well, that's not a pandemic. But you now know this one is. If you're going to believe the numbers, it spiked to 1 million people today. 1 million people have been infected by this virus. And yet, we're still getting reports from hospitals that are vacant. So guys, things just don't make sense. We've got the military moving around. We are in basically quarantine, whether it's self-quarantine, whether your county, state, or local officials have got you on lockdown. The thing of it is you're in your house. We're in our house. We're not going outside. We're not interacting with nature, or we're not participating in what's happening in the outside world. So a number of things are happening that we're not even aware of. So a lot of these things don't make sense. So I ran across a video today that kind of brought back a little bit of memories. Now, I did go live earlier on Facebook, and I did talk about this, but I wanted to get into it just a tiny bit more. So if you were over on Facebook earlier, I apologize. This is probably going to be a repeat for you. But now what I'm talking about is an event that I started researching back in 2012. And the reason why I started researching it in 2012 was because there was a comet that was coming towards Earth. And you guys maybe remember it. It was a little tiny comet that, we all remember, or I hope you do. His name was Ison. Well, I started researching it because people started talking about the Hopi prophecy of the Blue Kachina. So I started looking into that. So today, when I ran across this video, which I'm going to play for you in just a moment, because that's how it's going to start us off here, it brought back those memories. And I was like, oh my gosh, this all makes sense now to me. This whole COVID-19, this whole lockdown, this whole military movements, our political officials are being moved to Cheyenne Mountain. Continuity of government is kicked in. Then yesterday, when President Trump took the podium, his presidential seal was gone, which it's been gone, guys. I understand this, and it actually disappeared on the 13th of March when he instituted the national state of emergency. But something very interesting yesterday was he was surrounded by the military, and the flag was gone, which states that possibly we're under military rule right now. Which is, guys, what is that? Everybody, class, all together? Martial law. Thank you. So Dave gets a star for participation. So when I ran across this video today, guys, it all made sense. The cue saying there's going to be a blackout, people talking about, these 10 days of darkness coming. So yeah, and follow along with me, guys, because at the end you're going to go, this makes sense. Let me get to the video first off that we're going to play. Okay. This video is, his name is John X Army. I'm going to put, as I always do, excuse me, the link to all of everything that I'm going to show you guys. You guys will have in the link in the description area below. But let's start this video for you guys. Pay close attention to what he's saying. Be right back.
All right, welcome to the channel. I'm John X Army. Today's video is going to be a whole lot of speculation, and I would love your input at the end of the video. I would love to read your comments, maybe help me sort things out a little bit, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to step back from everything that's happening and see what their next move is going to be. Now, who remembers a year and a half ago when I was working with Mr. Patriot and the historians? What was the one thing they were screaming? What was the one big event that was going to kick off the NWO FEMA takeover, the one world government takeover? They were screaming a blackout, either nationwide or worldwide. They were talking about maybe even a fake alien invasion or a fake asteroid threat, a fake CME, coronal mass ejection from the sun, as being the event that might spark the NWO takeover. You guys remember that? And then we thought that the plans were thwarted because there was never any blackout. It hasn't happened yet. No plans have been thwarted. It hasn't happened yet. Mr. Patriot and the historians were way too early, okay? Now hear me out. Tom Hanks comes out on 3/11. 33, right? Mentions he has COVID. All these celebrity members come out admitting they have COVID. It's a message. It's a message to those in the know to get to your bunkers because it's about to go down. Now, think about the predictive programming. Wendy Williams, fake pass out on stage, probably paid to do it, dressed as the Statue of Liberty. Madonna's 2019 Eurovision performance, where it shows New York crumbling in the background. What's the one piece of her performance we haven't quite decoded? We saw the peasants in gas masks that she was killing. We saw the crown on her head that could possibly represent Corona. But what's the one piece that doesn't really fit yet? Madonna turns around and blows fire on all the peasants. And it shows in the background, it looks like the sun burning really hot. You guys remember that part? Predictive programming for a CME. Now, let's link in one more piece of information. Who remembers all the solar observatory closures? Why were they closed? Were they closed so that people wouldn't monitor Comet Atlas, which is coming in near our sun right now? You guys tracking? The whole world is on lockdown right now. Troops being positioned all over America just for COVID-19. You guys believe that? What if the big event is about to happen? And what if either real or fake, they're going to blame C19? C19 is what they've nicknamed Comet Atlas. This comet with its gaseous cloud, is supposed to be half the size of the sun. They're saying by the end of the month, it's going to be the biggest, brightest thing in our night sky, and it's heading towards our sun. What if, either real or fake, this comet is going to cause a CME, a coronal mass ejection from the sun, that's going to knock out all power? And then asteroids are going to rain all over the planet, which might be real or fake. They might actually be missiles, destroy things like New York. And they're going to blame it all on a comet or an asteroid. And the whole world was locked down while they waited on the event to happen. Elite in their bunkers, military all in position. So right after the big blackout, right after the CME or the asteroid or the fake asteroids, everything's in place to restore order in our world. I think it's a good possibility that this lockdown is way bigger than the COVID-19 virus. But anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. I actually had a dream last night of all these pieces to the puzzle being linked together. So I don't know if they're right or wrong. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on what I'm thinking. I love your opinion, and it'll help straighten me out. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up. It really helps me out. YouTube, man, YouTube's killing me, you guys. Hit the thumbs up so more people see the videos.
All right, and we're going to have an opportunity to thumbs up John X Army, because I'm going to put the link in the description area below. I want you guys to go over and show him some love. What do you guys think about that video? He brings up a lot of good points. A lot of good points that make perfect sense with what's going on. This is what we are seeing right now in the sky. This right here. This is C19. A comet 5 times the size of Jupiter is on its way toward our sun right now. If this were to impact the backside of our sun, it could possibly send a CME out the front towards the Earth. I know, Dave just said this is a really cheery show tonight. But it's important because I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to play this. I'm going to mute it out, but I'm going to play it while I talk. These are solar flares, or these are what are known as CMEs. And they're what it's called. Why does it keep popping up? Where is it? There was a Class X CME that took place in the 1800s. And this, it was in 1859, knocked out, pretty much put it, let's just say that if it were to, if that CME were to hit, that Class X CME were to hit Earth today, it would throw us back into the dark ages. It would completely wipe out all forms of modern technology. Communications satellites, communications, GPS, internet, phones, TV, radio, you name it, we would be back into the dark ages. And that happened in 1859. Now, the blue Kachina is a prophecy. And it is through the Hopi Indians. And the Hopi Indians say that the blue Kachina, or the blue star Kachina, would signify the coming of the beginning of the new world by appearing in the form of a blue star. Again, this is C19 right now. It is the form of a blue star. Now, if this were, and these are ifs, guys, because I'm not an expert. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know what's going to happen 2 seconds from now. But if this were to come around and hit the sun from the back, it would put a CME towards the earth like we've never seen before. Completely and totally put us into the dark ages. The blue star Kachina goes on to say, the ninth and final sign of the destruction is described by White Feather as, quote, you will hear of a dwelling place in the heavens above the earth that shall fall with great crash and will appear as a blue star. And very soon after this, the ceremonies of my people will cease. This idea of the blue star Kachina making the end of all Hopi rituals is reflected in Waters' book, Book of the Hopi, in which he states, quote, the end of all Hopi ceremonialism will come when the Kachina removes his mask during a dance of the plaza before annihilation of the children. His absence of Hopi ceremonialism will coincide with the destruction of the fourth world, which is what we live in today, according to the Hopi. Waters suggested that World War III would begin in the United States, that would rip apart the U.S. by war, leaving only the Hopi and their homeland intact. The war would end, as described by Waters, as a spiritual conflict with material matters. But he also suggested that an asteroid impact on Earth would lead to this extinction of humankind, leaving the Hopis behind. So when we look at the blue Kachina, and we look at the CV19, and we look at the events that are going on, okay? We look at the military movement. We are locked in our homes, and CV19, COVID-19, C19. That's the name of this, guys. Now, there's a difference between comets and asteroids. There's a definite difference between the two. But no matter the difference between a comet or an asteroid, the effects would still be the same if it were to impact our sun. Let me just put that back a little bit. I'm going to put that back just a little bit, and I'm going to stop it where I need it. Whoops, a little bit more. Boom, right there. Now, this little dot in the middle here, this little circle, that's the sun. And this coronal injection is coming off of the sun. You can see this white spot. And right here is the Earth. Right here, it's Mercury's closest. Then over here, up here is Venus. And then this blue right here is Earth. Now watch this coronal ejection coming off the sun. Now think of the impact of an asteroid coming from the back of the sun and hitting the back of the sun. And this, like I said, this coronal, there you go with the coronal ejection again, coming and then hitting the Earth. We'll watch that. Let me slow it down for us. Okay, ready? Let's watch. See that? Why did not slow it down? Playback speed. Oh, that's why, because I sped it up. Don't worry. Slow it down. Here we go. Watch this. So it would come and hit the back of it, and boom, there goes the coronal ejection, and it hits the Earth. And that, my friends, would put us into a dark age. Now, I'm not saying this is what's going to happen. I don't know. But considering the events that are happening right now, again, we're locked in our homes. Military is being moved. And then John, ex-Army, he talked about the possible signs that we've had. One of the Hopi, the prophecy says that before the blue Kachina star becomes visible, that there would be a web that would surround the earth. Now, I'm going to put this out there. I don't care if you are a flat earther or if you are a globetrotter. Okay? It doesn't matter. You cannot deny that there's something in the sky right now that is coming. You can't deny it. So when the Hopi Indians said that there would be this web that would surround the earth. Oops, wrong one. This is not a picture of 5G, but this is kind of representation of 5G, because I couldn't find one that wrapped itself around the earth, but we're going to pretend that this is the 5G. So the 5G was just, and now they're pushing for the 5G. While we were locked in our doors, they're out there setting up the 5G. Wuhan, first, 5G. You guys heard about 5G. I've talked about 5G. Everybody out there's talking about 5G right now. So the 5G wraps itself around the earth. Like I said, I don't care if you're a globetrotter or if you're a flat earther. There's for your globetrotters. Here's for you flat earthers. Actually, this one's a little bit better. Looks like a spider web, doesn't it? Actually, this one right here is 5G. So that part of the prophecy that they said would happen before the blue Kachina would be visible. There's a lot going on here. They've got us locked away for some reason. Don't know what it is. I don't happen to personally believe. Hold on. Do you want more? You want some? Take it. Here. Sorry, guys. Dave's creeping over, grabbing my plate. You can have it. It just, this doesn't make sense. And like I said, if you're going to be honest with yourselves, you would have to say, and you would have to agree with me when I say that there's just so many things about this whole lockdown, this whole event, gotta be quiet, that doesn't make sense to us. And we've talked about this numerous times, guys. This isn't new. Atlas is, they are calling it C19. Massive comet 5 times the size of Jupiter and about half the size of our sun. If you've got something 5 times the size of Jupiter and about half the size of our sun, possibly, and I'm not sure how fast it's going, but it hits the back of our sun, you can bet your dollar, last dollar, that there's going to be a coronal discharge on the front side of the sun. All this Q, all this talk about 10 days of darkness, all this talk about, hold on a second, Dave's got a question. Yes?
Yeah, how do we know which is the front and the back of the sun?
Really? The asteroid, comet, whatever you want to call it, is coming. They said that it's coming from the back. If you look at the orbit, don't make me pull up the orbit, Dave. You guys can, all right, I'll pull up the orbit. Comet Atlas. Pull up the images. Let me pull up the images for him. Okay. Please watch your plate. Let's find it here. That was Bob. Here we go. Here's Oops, wrong one. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Here we go. Here's Atlas. Okay, so Atlas is going to come around. He's going to come around the side. He's going to come around the back of the sun and then back out into space. That's supposedly what he's going to do. But he's coming from the back side of the sun. So I don't know. I have no idea, guys, what's going to happen. But it's very interesting. It's a very interesting prophecy to take a look at. Like I said, I came aware of it back in 2012 when ISON was visible in the sky, and we started looking at that. And, you know, it's just one more aspect of looking at what things are going on. Now, let me show you this one. This is the actual this is actually the video of it moving, taken with a telescope that was sent to me. That is actually Atlas. That is actually C19 moving through the sky. And like I said, guys, here's the thing, is whether you're a globetrotter or whether you're a flat earther, it works both ways. If you are a globetrotter, then, you know, well, I don't have to tell you how it's going to work. You know, it'll just, that's how it'll work. It'll come from space. It'll hit the sun, boom. You know, it'll hit the coronal ejection will hit the Earth, and we'll be hit with a class XXX CME. I don't know. I don't even know what you would call it, because it would be far more than the 18 whatever it was, class X that hit the Earth. It would be far more detrimental than that. It would actually be an ELE, an extinction level event. So, hold on just a second. But if you are a flat earther, then this is where the fallen angel technology would come in. This is where the technology that we know that they have. We know that they have earthquake machines. They know that we know that they have tsunami machines. We know that they have, you know, he had mentioned about rockets being used to make it look like asteroids were coming down and hitting the Earth. If you were to do a search on Google for the Illuminati card game on the asteroid, here it is right here, you can see that they're saying that a meteor strike's going to come, and it's going to hit the what it looks like the eastern coast, off the eastern coast of the United States. What's interesting to me is that when you do a search of the Illuminati card asteroid game, you also get these cards that come up: early warning, tidal wave, volcano, World War III, Messiah. These all come up. Look at this. Combined disasters. It's another card that comes up when you just do a search for the Illuminati card asteroid game. We know there's been tons of predictive programming, Armageddon, Deep Impact, things like that. There's all kinds of movies out there that you could definitely say are telegraphing us, or they are definitely giving us signs that something of this event is coming up. Whether it happens, I don't know. But like I said, guys, they're keeping us in our houses for a reason. Why? Well, maybe because they don't want us looking up at the sky. Maybe they don't want us seeing this thing getting brighter and brighter. And, you know, I don't know. We shall see, won't we? But again, John X Army made a lot of good points. Military being moved into place, put us in our homes. So yeah. All right, guys, that is a quick one tonight. I do want to put a thank you out there to my new research team. They rocked it today. I went live on Facebook earlier. I put all this information out there. I then went to them and I said, I need help. I said, I asked Dan if he could, make a special room for us to, so that we can, I can throw what I need out there and you guys can put it up there. And they did. They rocked it. And I want to thank those guys. I want to thank all of them. And a lot of them are in the chat room today. You guys, you made my job 1,000 times easier. And that was my hope for creating that team. Thank you so much. So I'm going to go into the chat room. I'm going to see what we got here. I saw one. Let's see. Oh, see, you guys are the best chatters. My goodness. Left eye of Ra. Is an asteroid going to kill us? I don't know. Is it? I have no idea. But looking at everything and seeing, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I would put it this way. I would be much more apt to believe that a asteroid is going to kill us than COVID-19. I'll just put it that way. Do I have a date? Good question. Let me see. I believe they said the end of April, kind of about the same time Trump is saying that this whole event is going to be over. Yeah, right here. It's pushing towards a level that by the end of April, we could be looking really, really stunning. Let's see. It'll be visible by the naked eye, or with the naked eye by April. It's currently shining like an 8th magnitude star. They said by the middle of April, the end of April, it's going to be next to the sun. It's going to be the brightest object in the sky. So, just kind of reading here. I'm going to put all the links for you guys to take a look at it. You guys can, try to do a little bit more research. I'm just putting a few of these facts out here for you guys. But yeah, kind of an interesting take on it. Kind of seems to be what I've been doing lately, is just kind of putting a new spin on there for us, and kind of just showing us things that I don't think too many people are seeing. So, all right, y'all, that's going to be it for tonight. It was kind of an unexpected live stream. I really wasn't planning on coming live tonight, but I had so much response from going live earlier on Facebook to talk about this topic that I decided to bring it over here so I can get you guys' opinions. Again, I'm going to put all the links in the description area below, and you guys can take a gander at all of that. Until next time, guys, be safe, stay healthy, and God bless. Good night.